Webbing the surf is a metaphor for people who work online to live wherever and however they want. Work the web, enjoy the surf, whatever your surf may be.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Webbing the Surf, brought to you from Vallarta Cowork here in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Today I'm psyched to have Seph Pennock.
That's right.
Right? I got it?
Yeah.
Seph,
in one go.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man.
Welcome. So Seph is an online marketer like myself, works for a website called Positive Psychology Program. But before we get into that, why don't you tell everyone where are you from?
I'm from the Netherlands originally, but I've been traveling around for the past 1.5 years. And I ended up here in Puerto Vallarta.
How did you end up here? What brought you to Mexico?
I wanted to go to a Spanish-speaking country to master my Spanish as well, because I've been living in Spain,
cool.
Las Palmas,
Okay.
One of the Canary Islands, Gran Canaria. Lived there last year for like 4 to 5 months. Yeah.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, that was very nice as well, except I didn't get to the speaking Spanish part, and I always love mastering new languages. So that's what brought me to Mexico.
How many languages do you speak?
If I master Spanish, I'll speak 5 languages.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's not special for someone from the Netherlands. It's such a small country. You kind of have to speak more languages, yeah.
It's impressive to myself as an American trying to master Spanish. I've been here for 8 years. My Spanish
really?
is still subpar. My 3-year-old son, well, he's 4 now, has already far surpassed me.
Really?
I ask him every day, like, how do you say this in Spanish? He's like, papa.
So easy to pick up for kids.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. So, did you come straight here, or were you in Mexico another part before you came here?
I went to Cancun for vacation for a week and didn't like it very much, so I decided to fly to the West Coast immediately because I wanted to do some surfing as well. The waves in the Caribbean Sea are not that good, and here it's a lot better.
And the waves here gave you a souvenir.
Exactly. Actually, right now it looks all right. Like 5 days ago, my face was just a complete train wreck. So I'm glad it's healing quickly. But yeah,
You're a good-looking guy. I'm sure you'll be all right.
Yeah. A couple of days.
Cool. So, you've been digital nomading for like 1.5 years.
Yeah.
Did you have a traditional job before you started working with positive psychology?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I was doing
then?
online marketing for a startup company in Amsterdam. I did that for 2 years, and I'd just been experimenting with online marketing for like 2-3 years before I started working for the company, while I was still studying, right? But there I really learned the craft from one of the most successful Dutch entrepreneurs, and learned a lot. And at some point I thought, oh man, I can do this by myself, so I decided to quit my job and start my own company.
The natural progression of an online marketer.
Yeah.
So now, do you technically have your own company and you consult for positive psychology, or do you work directly for them?
Right, so I have 2 companies. One of them is Positive Psychology Program, and I'm 50-50 on this with my business partner,
Cool.
who's still living in the Netherlands. And my other company was an online marketing consultancy company based completely in the Netherlands. But I fired my last client like 3 months ago, so there is no activity in that company anymore, and I can close it sometime soon.
We were talking about this the other day. There's definitely a lot of pros and cons of being an agency or a consultant who works for multiple clients as opposed to being a marketer for one specific client or product or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And if I have to sum up 2016 as a year for me, it was the year where I made some necessary endings, where I really started saying no to a lot of things, like a lot of partnerships, distractions, collaborations, but also like what am I focusing on with my business. And at some point I just realized, like, I have this thing here and it has so much potential, and it has already proven to be able to do a lot of revenue as well. We can help a lot of people with it, so why don't I just focus on that and make the most out of that? So
that's kind of a leeway in. Why don't you tell us a little bit about positive psychology?
Right, so
program?
Positive Psychology Program is an information platform we have a lot of articles and resource pages about the field of positive psychology. And this is the branch of psychology that focuses on what is going right with the human mind and with human behavior, instead of the more traditional approach of psychology, which focuses on the deficits of human beings.
That's pretty interesting. And it's pretty cool, especially as an American citizen right now with what's going on with our elections and everything. It's like my Facebook feed is just dominated by negativity and that kind of stuff. And it's interesting because Gary Vaynerchuk, I'm sure you know who he is, often likes to say, you know, people are innately good, otherwise we would have destroyed ourselves years ago. And I think that has a lot, you know, that's your field, right? Focusing on what we're doing right.
Exactly. That it is a kind of an assumption of the field that people have this innate need for growth and to improve themselves and for self-actualization, as they call it. Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're positive about the fate of humanity?
Yeah, for sure. I kind of have to be as an advocate of this as well, but yeah, I truly am. Yeah. I think whatever problems humankind and we as a planet face, I think we can manage. Yeah, we can solve them.
That's good news.
Yeah,
that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Awesome. So how's it going? How's positivepsychologyprogram.com, right?
Right.
How's it doing?
Yeah, really well. I mean, I actually started the website as a blog. I just made a clean WordPress installation while I was working for that startup company that I just mentioned. So for the 2 years that I was working there, I was also like kind of growing this blog just by myself. Nothing special. I didn't have a product. I had no affiliate links, nothing to sell. I was just trying to provide useful information to people in the field.
Was this before you met your partner?
This was after I met my partner, but we were just friends.
Because your partner is like a licensed psychologist, right?
Right.
Is he who got you into the field, or were you into positive psychology before that?
Yeah, so maybe like if I go a little bit backwards, while I was studying international business, I also had a passion for philosophy and psychology, and then I discovered positive psychology via this Harvard course that had been made available online, and I thought like, oh, this is way cool and I want to get into this field. So then I started doing some research to find out who else in the Netherlands was active in this field. That's how I found my business partner.
Cool.
And at some point we said like there is nothing out there, like no platform, no blog, no nothing that combines like all of these useful resources that we found, so we should build it. And I said like,
cool.
Okay, I'm gonna, because I had some experience in online marketing, I'm gonna build the website, build out this blog, try to get some traffic via social, via the search engines, and he was gonna make the product. So took us 2 years before we had the first product finished. We did a lot of research as well, like where's the biggest demand, and we found out that a lot of psychologists and therapists wanted really practical hands-on tools so that they could apply the scientific findings of positive psychology in real life settings.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and I think, so a lot of people that watch these videos are not digital nomads, but would really like to be, and online marketing, I think is a really great way to free yourself from having to be in one particular location.
Definitely.
And I think it's super interesting once you acquire the skills of an online marketer and I've done this in the past, where basically if you find someone like your business partner who's a specialist in something really specific, you can approach them and say, hey, let me build a website for you.
Yeah.
Let me do the marketing and develop the leads, and we'll take your expertise and we'll sell it. And it can be a beautiful way to just earn commission dollars. I don't know if you're salary or commission or a hybrid of both, but it's a pretty interesting model.
No, we're 50-50 in the business. Like it's everything is 50-50 that we do, and personally I think that's the best way to approach it, because then you're preventing like all kinds of disbalance. And it's clear right from the get-go. Like whatever we do, we just split it. But there are all different kinds of models as well. But I completely agree with what you said, and that is if you have the online marketing skills, no matter what it is, like conversion, driving traffic, building sites, you can take those skills, find an expert and find a way to combine it, and it's a really, really powerful combination.
Exactly.
Because it allows you to go very niche right from the start, instead of just being another online marketing blog, you know, and there are so many of those out there.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say it's been done before, but you need to work extremely hard to produce something that's better than all of the stuff that's out there.
Yeah, and most of the time I find that the experts in really niche subjects spend all their time on their subject, not marketing.
Right.
So they don't, you know, they're like wandering in the wilderness when it comes to putting themselves online and making money.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's a great way to get started. Or if you're an online marketer working for an agency or something, find an expert, go on your own, and then you can travel the world.
Exactly.
Like Seph here.
Yeah.
So real quick, what are your like top 3 tools that you couldn't do your job without?
First thing that pops into my mind is webmaster tools. So this is Google's Search Console.
Right.
I use it all the time because I was specialized in SEO, so that's kind of my main traffic acquisition technique that I use. So I can't do it without webmaster tools. Another tool, ConvertKit. I started using ConvertKit for my email marketing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really satisfied with it. We increased our open rate a lot, so this actually sounds like a testimonial for ConvertKit, but it's true.
No, I love tools, so I like to ask people when they come on what they're using, so I can check out what's new and what I haven't heard of yet.
Yeah, exactly. So I tried everything. I tried Aweber, I tried MailChimp, I tried a Dutch email marketing software, switched to ConvertKit. Open rate is high since we switched to a custom sending domain, so we're actually sending emails via our own domain. I don't know exactly how it works, but high open rates, high click-through rates, so try it out for sure. The other tool that I use, Facebook ads is not really a tool, but I use that a lot as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How old are you?
27. I just turned 27 last week.
Oh, missed your birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, boy.
Thanks, man.
So last question. Is this, because the world of digital nomading is so new, do you think you'll nomad forever for a long time, or will you eventually go back to Holland? What do you think?
That's an interesting question. I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I've been on the road for some time now, and I went back to Amsterdam for 2 months, and I mean, it was winter time there, so it's a little different, but I didn't like it as much. So right now I'm thinking about
staying on the road for a while?
Unsubscribing from the Netherlands. And
out of the tax system and everything?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow,
and,
that's a big step.
Yeah, setting up my business somewhere else because the taxes are very, very high in the Netherlands.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big step.
Yeah. It's kind of a big existential decision, so I'm not completely sure about it yet, because then it's like, okay, I don't have a home anywhere in the world or everywhere.
Do you have to give up your passport if you do that?
I think so. I think you give up your citizenship, but not your nationality, and your passport goes with your citizenship. I'm not sure about this. And then you kind of become a world citizen, and you have to find another way to be insured, and there are companies that take care of this as well.
It's interesting. Don't you think? I mean, it's a whole different discussion with blockchain and all these new technologies, but I really think that soon there will be like a new option for people like you who are saying, hey, I don't want to be a citizen of my home country anymore. I want to be like a world citizen or like a digital citizen.
Yeah, there's actually a company that is way ahead of all the other countries, and that's Estonia. They launched this thing called e-citizenship or something, and you actually become like an electronic citizen of Estonia.
Really?
Yeah, and it gives you all the tools, and it's all online based to be a citizen somewhere and to deal with all of those all of that bureaucracy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Sure thing, man. My pleasure.
Don't forget, work the web so you can enjoy the surf, whatever your surf may be, and we'll see you next time. Awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks, dude.
Cool.